Hey everybody, it's Nathaniel Avila reporting from Dallas County, and who am I here with?
Clara Avila, also reporting from Dallas County.
Do we have Cat on the line?
We have Ghost here. Yeah, we have one of the cats.
Okay, do you have anything to say?
Probably not, since I'm petting her right now.
And also because she can't speak English.
No, but she would say meow.
Like, so, what do we do? We're to determine who's the butthole and who's not the butthole?
That is an accurate description of what we do, yes.
Okay, let's get started. AITA for refusing to wear a bra when my roomie's boyfriend stays over.
Okay. So stupid. Let's hear it.
Okay, I don't wear a bra at home. I go to college, then library. Such a British thing to say.
Yeah.
I went to college.
I would go to college, then library.
Then library. But I don't think she's British because she called college college and not university or uni. So, and then work out.
I don't know.
And then work then gym. I would go to college, then library, then work, then gym. Oh. I'm out at 7 a.m. and back at 10 p.m. Usually I take a quick shower when I get home. Then I make a snack and just relax for an hour before bedtime. On weekends, I barely leave the apartment beside the occasional outing with friends and colleagues. My roommate and I are very close, but now she's been biting my head off about me not wearing a bra at home. I was confused. Then she explained that it was about her biff, or boyfriend.
Boyfriend, yeah.
I laughed in her face and told her Tom put a bra on his eyes instead. What? She got very upset, but I told her
to put a bra on his eyes instead.
Oh. She got very upset, but I told her that I wasn't interested in her buff. Not in the slightest.
Just say BF.
Okay. She got offended and said that he wasn't interested in me either. So I said, then why are we arguing? It is only an issue if we were interested in each other. Tell him next time he sees me braless, he can pretend that I am a wall. According to her, it wasn't about the interest, but being invasive, and he felt uncomfortable. Would you think that it was fine if he showed his D? What?
But you can't see her boobs.
I called her stupid because I was in my home. I couldn't go braless in his home. And if he chose to go naked in his home, the only right I have is to get the H out of there. She called me the A. Am I? Is she?
Did you just...
What?
I got so confused because there were so many random letters in there that I'm certain aren't actually there.
No, it is. It says the only right I have is to get the H out of there. And she called me the A. That's literally what she wrote.
Wow. Okay.
So is she? Is she the A?
Is she the A?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. If you're having guests over, maybe put on a bra. I get it as like a woman. Bras are uncomfortable. Very rarely would you ever want to wear one in your own home.
Mm-hmm.
But if there's like company coming over and you know they're coming over, then I would be like, oh yeah, okay. I'm not necessarily like comfortable with this person being, oh my gosh, Nathaniel.
You gotta stay hydrated, Clara.
Yeah, but I can see the water just dripping down your mouth. It's nasty.
That's how much I love water.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
back on topic.
And you should drink water too.
I do drink water, just not like that.
I was talking to the listeners.
Oh, you're talking to the listeners.
Yes.
Yes, it's very important to stay hydrated, but don't drink it like that.
Yeah.
That's just...
It shows people how much you love water.
Terrible.
And they'll look at you and be like, that guy loves water. He's so hydrated.
Back on topic.
I'm sure his
Back
urine
on topic.
is very healthy.
Back on topic. I can understand why a person would be uncomfortable to like come in and be like, oh, that person has a bra, doesn't have a bra on. But also, how did you notice that? Unless she has like massive bazongas, and all of a sudden it becomes very clear that she doesn't have a bra on. That's not necessarily a thing people normally notice unless they're looking at your boobs.
Looking at you boobs?
Yeah, looking at your boobs. That's what I said. Use your ears.
Let me mansplain this for you.
Sure.
I don't know. I get it that it's your house. You can do whatever you want in your house, but it could kind of come off as a bit inconsiderate.
Personally, I put on a bra whenever there are guests coming over or I have guests in, my house. If I am around my family or if I'm by myself in my own home, no, I'm not going to put on a bra because I don't care. It's my house. I want to feel comfortable. But I have a guest over, and whether or not they mean to, they might notice that I don't have a bra on, and perhaps that makes them uncomfortable, and it might. It's just all about where you stand in terms of common courtesy.
Do you even not wear a bra even with female friends, if they're come over?
So that depends. It depends on how close I am with them.
Okay.
If I have say my best friend comes over, she's one of my female best friends. She comes over. I might not bother putting one on. She does the same thing. It doesn't really matter to us. If it's someone that I'm not super close with, I might put on a bra.
Okay. So what would you tell this person? Put on a bra or don't put on a bra?
Do not talk with your mouth full like that.
Hey, you're really on my case today.
Yeah, I am, because we're recording and you're doing all of these gross things.
Eating?
Eating
my goldfish?
Eating a bunch of food and then saying, joke about your thing, and nobody can understand you because I barely understood.
Okay, so what I said was, should she wear a bra or should she not wear a bra? What do you think?
I think that if you're gonna have company over that's not your roommate, put on a bra.
But then again, it's not really her company; it's her roommate's company.
That's true. She could always just not wear a bra and then just stay out of their way.
That's true.
It's really just. This one seems like a matter of opinion, of personal opinion.
Do you want to see what the people of Reddit have to say?
Yeah, let's hear what the people of Reddit have to say.
Nata! Pretty obvious. It's your house. It's your level of comfort. And then OP responds with, thanks, that was my original thought, but then I started second guessing myself.
Okay.
Nata, it's pretty ironic that she said it's invasive, yet he's the one coming into your home and wanting you to change the way you live because makes him uncomfortable.
That's a little dramatic.
Absolute horror of it all for him. Why are they kind of targeting this guy? I don't think he said that he was uncomfortable.
I mean, I think the girlfriend said that he was uncomfortable.
Yeah, I thought it was her roommate.
How do we know if he actually said that? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's her roommate who wants her to put on a bra.
I think her roommate is uncomfortable with the fact that she's not wearing a bra around the boyfriend.
She thinks she's like Kristen.
Jealousy.
She thinks she's like Kristen Ritter in the Bee in apartment. Don't trust the Bee in apartment 23, where she walks around naked and stuff. And she's doing it obviously on purpose.
Right.
Even though I don't think that's the case here.
Yeah.
And I think that's what she thinks she's being.
Yeah, I think so too.
If they're so uncomfortable being in your home, how about suggesting they weekend at his, and then they have an update, they edit it. I didn't expect this comment to blow up the way it did. I wasn't really weighing on whether it was the roommate or the buff. That's boyfriend.
Just say boyfriend. Just say BF.
I'm also sure it's the roommate, but overall the point's the same. I don't know. And then deleted. The next one's deleted. But OP responded with, I don't know, to be honest. I rarely talk to him since I spend most of my time sleeping when I'm at home. Okay, so that, I guess.
Yeah. Probably not.
And then Nata! It doesn't even have anything to do with you being in your own home. Bras can cause pain and discomfort and are completely optional, just like everyone has the right to choose to go commando. What people wear under their clothes is no one's business, and it's BS that women are made to feel like poop for refusing to be uncomfortable to make men comfortable. And there's the men thing again.
Here's the men thing again, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's true. Bras are very uncomfortable. Please make a more comfortable bra to wear because I need the support.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, that's I guess that's up in the air, I guess.
Yeah. Personally, I don't really think that the act of not wearing a bra at her home, I don't think that makes her a butthole.
Yeah.
I think maybe being snarky about it might be a little bit butthole-ish, but nah.
Okay, moving on. AITA for rejecting the worst name ever for our offspring.
Okay.
So my husband, 38 male, and I, 36 female, are expecting our first child, a bouncing baby girl in a few months. We're both over the moon when we found out the gender, but now things have gotten ... complicated, to say the least. See, when we first started talking about names, the boy name, quote unquote, was immediately decided Stuart Jr. after my husband. No problem there, it's a classic name and carries the family meaning, but for a girl, things got murky. My husband suggested Stuarta.
No! No! That can't be real.
No.
Stuarta? Continue.
Stuarta? No, you're not having a stroke. Apparently, his logic is that since Stuart ends in T, we can just add an A to make it feminine. I tried explaining why that doesn't quite work, how it sounds more like a furniture brand than a human name. Now, she'd be endlessly correcting people and explaining its origin. He's adamant that she's adamant, though, says it honors, quote unquote, honors him, while giving our daughter a unique name. I've suggested alternatives, feminine names that maybe share similar sound or meaning to Stuart. Stuart names. He's mentioned liking in the past, even just going back to the drawing board entirely, but he's fixed on Stuarta. Now, I love my husband dearly, and I understand wanting to honor family, but I can't imagine subjecting our daughter to a lifetime of awkward stares and endless questions about her quote-unquote unusual name.
That is a change at 18 name.
Go by my middle name.
I go by my middle name.
I also worry about potential bullying. Oh, she'll 100%.
Oh, she will get bullied for that.
Especially among girl bullies, they'll be ruthless.
Yeah.
And the impact it would have on her self-esteem. So Reddit, am I the jerk for refusing to budge on Stuarta?
Nope.
Is there a compromise I haven't considered? Help a soon-to-be mama out. Tuddledurer, which means true
TLDR.
Husband wants to name our daughter after himself in a really, really bad way. I think it's terrible and will set her up to a lifetime of awkwardness. AITA. Looking forward to your thoughts and parentheses, hopefully, some sanity checks. So thoughts?
Do not name your child that. Do not budge.
So you don't think she's the butthole for not budging?
Absolutely not. What a horrendous name. Truly. Stuarta?
Stuarta?
How do you even, that's such a terrible name to pronounce. It doesn't flow at all. It's clunky and it's a little ugly.
You go to your job interview, hi, my name's Stuarta.
Exactly. And then everybody's gonna be like, Stuart? And you're like, no, it's Stuarta.
It's Stuarta.
Stuarta. See, I can't even say it properly. I had to say it Stuarta.
And then the other girls are like, my name's Stuarta.
And they're gonna call her Stu and all of those. They'd be like, hey, Stu girl. Probably stuff like that.
Yeah. We have an update.
Okay.
Please, no suggestions for other Ta names. The man clearly has a theme, and I need to gently steer him away from it, not fuel the fire. And that's it.
Oh. Thought it was something important.
I think that's a terrible name, and I think she's not the butthole for not wanting to give her name Stuarta.
No.
To name her potential daughter Stuarta. And her crossing her fingers hoping it's a boy. So it could just be Stuart Jr., that's it?
Yeah.
That's
easy
good.
peasy.
Easy peasy.
It would be so easy.
But, I mean, it's kind of weird that her husband is like, her name needs to be mine.
It must be Stuarta. Yeah. We must honor me and this name and the family.
Let me ask, what's the female version of Stuart?
Let's ask Google. See what Google has to say.
I'll do better than ask Google. I'll ask Gemini.
Oh my gosh. It better not say Stewarta.
Let me see. It comes from the British name Stuart, which is a British origin. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. It's just saying where Stuart came from.
Not giving us...
It's giving me like...
So we're not...
You mean a flight steward?
We're not saying Stewarta in here?
It's definitely not Stewarta.
Did you spell steward correctly?
How do I spell Stewart? It's spelled
Stewart.
It's not spelled that way in this.
Oh, was it spelled?
Stuart. Stewart. Female name.
That's a weird way of spelling Stewart.
Okay, Gemini, let's see what you got.
I don't know how to spell also, so.
It says here that, let me see, you should probably go for either Stevie or Sky.
Yeah. Do not go anywhere near Stewarta.
Yeah. And they also said that you could just name, like, Stewart by itself is fine, but,
I don't think you should name your daughter Stewart either.
Yeah. It says that it could also work for a girl, but it wouldn't be the most common choice. But it's not unheard of.
It's not unheard of.
Or you can spell it the quote-unquote feminine way, which is Stewart. It's like Francis.
Well, that's how I spelt it.
Right.
I think. That's weird.
Let's see what the people at Reddit have to say. Nata, tell him he only gets the one kid named after him. So if he goes with Stewarta now, he'll never get a Stewart Jr.
Yeah.
Stewart Jr.
Are you trying to do the line from Harry Potter?
Yeah, that was funny.
No, it wasn't.
Barty Crouch Jr.
Please stop going off track.
And how come it's so important that he be honored, but not you? See how he feels about naming a future son a male version of your name. Remind him that the baby names need a yes from both parents or it's a no. You both need to be able to live with whatever you go with. Even if that means both of you missing out on the one you want most. We just barely started.
Nathaniel.
So, yeah, like, makes sense. I mean, Stewarta sounds like a pharmaceutical product. I can hear the commercials now. In some cases, Stewarta can cause headaches, rashes, and even death. It doesn't even have a decent nickname. And no, adding an A doesn't make it feminine in all cases. This is one of them. I'd go for Stewart as a middle name. That's probably a good compromise.
That could be a good compromise. Still a weird middle name. But okay.
For the sake of your daughter, but at least you can initialize it and just go by S.
And nobody will have to know the middle name.
Nata, for the sake of your daughter, stand your ground on this one. And he says it honors him, and then he responds with, also, this is rather narcissistic mindset for naming your kid.
Yeah.
That's, yeah. So I definitely not the butthole. It's just very justified because I think that's a silly name.
Absolutely.
And your daughter would probably really dislike it if she has to go by Stewarta. And she'll 1,000% change it.
Yep.
So, happy, hopefully from the happy couple won't have to deal with that.
Yep.
Hopefully you figure that out. All right, let's move on. I messed up and I ruined my marriage.
Oh, here we go. Okay,
let's see if this guy also had a glow up and he wanted to sleep around and force his wife into an open marriage.
Let's hear it.
Okay. I'm not looking for pity or understanding here. I know I'm not getting it. Me and my ex-wife have a 14-month-old son. After he was born, so like a year and 2 months. Okay. After he was born, our marriage fell apart. She says I wasn't pulling my weight with childcare and chores, but at the same time, she expected me to know what to do without her telling me. It was bad. We argued a lot, and I ended up telling her that her life would be harder without me. She got really quiet, and I thought that was the end of the argument, and made things fall apart. And now we are getting divorced. We're living separately. Each got a new apartment. As for our son, the law in our state, which is Kentucky, is that 50-50 is the default for custody. It is automatic unless one parent proves neglect on the part of the other. We don't have that, so on the advice of both our lawyers, we are splitting time and doing alternating weeks since we separated. We usually switch on Mondays with the daycare pickup and drop off. I knew being a single parent wasn't easy, but I didn't really know until now. This is where I realized how badly I effed up, because I'm drowning. The weeks I have my son, I don't get anything done, and I barely even function at work because I'm so exhausted. I spend the whole week I don't have with him catching up, and I can't even get anything done. My apartment is a mess, and I can hardly keep up with errands and chores. It stinks. I realized I effed up because I thought since I was having a hard time, my wife would be too, and we could call off the divorce and work on things. But she doesn't want to. She says her life is easier without me, and she's the opposite of me and can apparently keep up everything fine. She says she isn't exhausted anymore and realizes it's easier having one person taken care of instead of two. I know I messed up and should have been better husband. I can't even ask for less time with my son because I can't afford this child support right now. Neither of us has any because of 50-50 and equal income. But if we go off 50-50, my lawyer says the person with less time will get child support. I hate myself for effing up so much. Obviously, this is a throwaway. What did I do? And his username is puzzleheaded number 3393.
Yikes.
What's your thought?
Ugh. I mean, there's no fixing this. She's already decided that she's better off without you.
The worst part about it is he kind of comes off as like, this kid is really like holding me back.
Yep.
Like, I want less time with this kid. I want less
time with my child so that I can, live life.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, maybe do the kid the favor and give your wife full custody. You'll have to pay child support.
But he doesn't want to pay child support.
So, really, you done goofed?
I think maybe you should just be a dad.
Yep, just be your father.
Just be a dad, but it looks like he doesn't want to be.
That's what it sounds like.
It sounds like he doesn't want to be a dad. And he's like, I wish I could just give my kid away. And
I wish I could spend less time with him.
But he's
that I can
he's so annoying.
My job and my groceries and
stuff, yeah. So he kind of is very self-centered, and he's all like,
and he thought, oh, you're not going to be able to live without me. And then surprise, sir, she's doing way better now.
Yeah, and then he's like, and then my ex-wife will learn that it's also hard too, and then she'll come crawling back.
Nope.
Yeah. This guy doesn't sound very nice.
Doesn't sound very
And now he's like, what did I do? Like, okay. He's definitely the butthole here.
Yeah.
So, the first person says, yeah, you effed up. You didn't tell me what to do, quote unquote. She's your son's mom, not your mom. You're both adults. Why should she have to tell you what to do? That's true. And then here's a quote that just says, well, 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 how the turntables, which is a quote from The Office.
Yep.
And then it seems like you only want your wife back because you don't want to put the work raising your son. Never do you mention how much you love your wife or miss her. No, you just want her back go back to being lazy, and you don't seem that apologetic. I'm sorry, the whole post focuses on how this all affects you, not recognizing the hurt you caused your wife. Yeah, he seems to be really, like, full of himself. Clara? He seems really full of himself.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like you stink. Let's move on.
Yep.
Am I wrong for not taking a hint? Oh wait, no, that's not right. Am I wrong for canceling my order at this coffee shop? Okay, let's see. I was at this coffee shop and the cashier was really pretty. She had a cool anime tattoo also. I was gonna get some coffee and a donut, and I said, "Hey, I like your tattoo. What's your favorite character from that anime?" She kept a straight face and just said, "How can I help you?" I then said, "I really like anime too. I just wanted to see what shows and characters you like." She still showed no emotions and was like, "Sir, do you want anything?" And I just said, "Actually, I did, but you made me change my mind. Bye," and walked away. I didn't want coffee anymore after that. I was trying to be nice and get to know her, but she was acting like that.
Uh-huh. What?
So,
Okay.
what do you think?
Huh?
He's just like being kind of like butthurt a little bit.
Yeah.
About like him coming up like, "Hey, you like anime? You like jazz?
You like jazz?
You like jazz?
You like jazz?
You like? I noticed you have a jazz tattoo, but she doesn't have a jazz tattoo. She has an anime tattoo." And was like, "What kind of anime do you like?" And she's like, "Sir, this is a Starbucks."
This is a Starbucks, sir.
And he was like, "Ugh, if you're gonna be a B word, then I don't want anything."
Ugh.
So what do you think?
Not everybody's gonna want to talk to you, man.
Listen, like,
Just go in, get your coffee, get out. I don't.
This is the thing. Like, she's working. She's at
working.
work. She's at work.
She's busy.
She's doing a lot of. She is doing. I'm sure she was hit on. She's been hit on thousands of times,
Oh yeah.
and she could recognize what you're doing.
Yeah.
And as for you, like, I understand you want service with a smile, all that kind of stuff, but I think you wanted a little bit more than coffee.
Mm-hmm.
And she could see that.
And
Okay.
now you're coming crawling to Reddit being butthurt about it.
And like with your fedora and your katana
Your katana.
and your trench coat, and while you stroke your neck beard,
Stop it.
you're like, "So Reddit,
Tell me about, am I the butthole because this woman in Starbucks
and then she probably just likes Chad.
was like, oh, could you just order your Starbucks coffee instead of, all I wanted to do was have a delightful conversation.
And show her and totally show her my superior intellect."
Oh my
Like,
god.
this is the thing. Like, long gone are the days of having like meeting somebody at a grocery store or
It just doesn't happen that much anymore.
and like meeting people at the grocery store, and I get it, you want to shoot your shot.
See, the thing is that sometimes it does work. Sometimes you find somebody and you're like, oh my gosh, this person, and you're like, hey, and then they're receptive. And sometimes, a lot of the times, most of the times, it doesn't, and they're really just there to do their job, and they're not interested in flirting with somebody.
Yeah, the thing about like a lot of millennials and Gen Zers, they want to be left alone.
Yep.
Like,
Most of the time, it's like, please do not talk to me. I don't know you.
Yeah, there's a lot of like you can't meet your long gone. Yeah, again, long gone's are the days where you meet somebody at the coffee shop or the bookstore. You can be like, oh, I like that book too. Ooh, like that's gone. And
I would say that it still happens sometimes. Just less so.
this is very rare. Yeah, like I remember when I was in college, Clara. When I was in college, there was this Chinese restaurant I would go to a lot, and when I was in film school, there was this waitress who was there. There was this waitress, this Chinese waitress, who would wait on me a lot. And after like the 1,000th time she waited on me, I was like, "What's your name and what's your number, girl?"
Okay.
And she did give it to me because she's waited on me like thousands of times, like literally like hundreds of times.
Yeah.
And then I called it, and then I think a friend like answered, and then I never called it again.
Wow.
I texted it. I didn't call it. I texted it. It was like, "Hey, how are you doing?" And then like a friend said like, "Hey, she's not on the phone right now. She doesn't have her phone right now." I was like, "Okay." And then I never did it again.
You never called again?
I never texted again.
You never texted again?
Why
not?
Because like that made me scared.
Oh my gosh.
Because like why would you do that? So yeah, like there are like you gotta be careful with that. Like a guy, and also I think you're kind of butthurt about it.
Yep.
So maybe think twice about doing that. Let's see what the people of Reddit have to say. She was acting like what? A barista doing her job. And then it was like, dude, she was working and not trying to get to know somebody. Do you know how often that happens during the day? She doesn't owe you any personal conversation. Yes, you are wrong. Yeah.
Yep.
She's there to work, not to be forced to have a conversation with you.
And then people will be like, "Oh, but what about customer service?" Yeah, the customer service is me giving you your coffee.
Yeah, and then slapping you in the face.
No.
Yeah. I would say like probably butthole for being a butthurt about it.
Yeah.
And being all like,
Just a bit.
well, I did, but
and now I don't want a coffee. Oh no, what will Starbucks do without your order?
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go on.
Okay.
AITA for telling my sister I am not the golden child. I just wasn't a pain in the butt.
Oh boy, this sounds like it's gonna be something.
My sister is a gosh darn mess. She was a lot growing up, and each week some issue would appear. She could be as simple as a tantrum or mom/dad getting a call from the school. I'm short she was a lot. I think she meant I'm sure she was a lot. Not to mention therapy for her basically drained the family dry. I was giving more freedom since my parents trusted me. I could go to the mall by myself, and they knew they would get a call from security about stealing. That happened before. So they trusted me, and they gave me more freedom to do stuff. I have literally watched her get a chance to prove our parents can trust her and then F it up. Our relationship isn't good. My dad gave his old car for my last year of college. I need it for an internship. My sister made a comment that of course the golden child gets a car. I snapped and told her, I'm not the golden child, I just wasn't a pain in the butt. That the family has drained themselves dry for her multiple times to keep her mouth shut. She called me a jerk and ran to her room. Thoughts?
Is that the end of it?
That's the end.
Oh. I don't know. I feel like there's not enough information.
It sounds like two teenage girls bickering at each other.
Yeah, this sounds like two teenage girls bickering at each other. Two sisters.
Yeah.
Fighting.
But I thought they were like adults at the start.
I thought that they were adults too.
They sound like they're like two teenagers.
Well, didn't she say college intern?
Yeah, but like...
but maybe she's still like, she's like 18, 19 maybe.
Yeah. That's what it sounds like. And I'm like, I probably don't think she's the butthole because it sounds like, yeah, I mean, if you're not stealing stuff and being irresponsible and being a quote unquote wild child, I mean, I guess that's just you being like honest with it. and saying like I'm not really the golden child. I just don't get into trouble.
Don't get into trouble. Yeah.
Like you. And her sister. I mean, it is kind of a butthole thing to say that, like, you were given therapy and you let our family dry. Like that kind of thing.
Yeah, but that's definitely like you don't completely understand the other person.
Mm-hmm. Like
situation.
Like, your therapy put us in a bind. Like that kind of thing. Like,
yes.
I think that kind of comes across as not very compassionate or empathetic.
Yep.
Because her sister does seem to have like some issues that she needs to work out.
Probably.
And I think she might hopefully grow out of it because it sounds like they're still very young.
Mm-hmm.
But her snapping at her like that might be justified. I don't. What do you think?
It might be. Yeah. I don't know enough information about this to fully form an opinion.
Well, let's see about the opinions that the Reddits have to say.
Let us see indeed.
I'm almost 50 and my older brother calls me the golden child. He spent his childhood playing truant, getting picked up by police, stealing from family, and ending up in boarding school. Our mother wasn't the best. She was a very self-absorbed person, and my brother was the same personality. Our dad was always at work, but at his best when he was at home. I have told him that I am the golden child, not because they actively favored me, but because I was in trouble every single day. And as an adult, I'm the responsible adult helping them. No, just turning up when he needs something. Nata, hard truths need to said. Hard truth do need to said. You're right.
Absolutely.
And then OP responds with, I don't get why she doesn't understand that her actions greatly affect how she was treated. Like, seriously, she will give an example, and my first thought is, didn't you do something poopy a week before that? I mean, yeah, I guess.
Sometimes people they can't, like, correlate things.
Mm-hmm. Nata, my brother does the same poop. He is constantly late to literally any event, dinner, etc. He lies about our family to make himself look like the poor abandoned child that no one wanted to his friends and online, like he's the black sheep, dying for love and affection he never received as a child. He complains that our dad bought me a car and ignores that he also bought him one, and goes on and on about me being the golden child, quote unquote, and him begging for scraps to anyone who will listen. Some people will live in their own reality. I suggest you ignore and move on with your own life. In my experience, it never gets better. Toxic people don't want to improve. They just want to push your buttons until you lash out. They can point a finger and say that they were right all along. Okay. There is a victim mentality going on, I suppose. Nata! She sounds like she perpetually makes herself the victim no matter what happens. Stick to your guns and go look with her. She's clearly a toxic person. What's their age? He said, and then OP responds with what?
What is look?
I have no idea. It just says LC. I think it means
low contact.
Low contact.
If you see letters.
Yeah.
Hold on. If you see letters in a Reddit post, could you please just say the letters instead of going ook, boof? I don't know what those things mean, Nathaniel.
Maybe.
Oh my god.
So here's what OP responds with. She is 23 and I am 21.
Oh. So they are adults.
She is living at home and I was visiting for Easter. I live on campus most of the time. Let me guess, she's unemployed too. Go away. Yeah, I mean, what do you think? Like, is she the golden? I don't think she's the golden child.
Probably not.
She just, I mean, yeah, I mean, her parents are definitely going to put more restraints on the one that's acting out a lot more than the one that's not. And I think her sister's mentality of, like, her sister being the golden child because her parents give her more freedom just because she doesn't act out. Um, then and then her being the victim, playing the victim about it, that is not cool. But it seems like she might be doing a bunch of bad stuff because she wants the attention or something.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a thing that's a thing she needs to work out with therapy. But I guess they're kind of treating, well, her sister's kind of viewing like the therapy as kind of more of a burden and less of a thing, trying to get her sister help.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, we have to be, you're draining our resources.
Yeah.
We can't afford things because we have to give you therapy.
Yeah, that is a little
like, how dare you need therapy?
How dare you be sick?
How dare you need therapy? How dare you have things you need to work out? Yeah, like, I don't think she's the butthole. Like, what do you think?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Okay, so this one is Wibta, which is would I be the butthole? So it's a hypothetical. For asking family to remove their child's death memorial from my property.
What?
So this person hasn't done it yet. OP hasn't done it yet, but is just speculating if it would be a butthole move if you just ask ask a family to remove a child's death memorial.
Okay.
What do you think?
Read it out.
I recently purchased a home on a country road. 5 years ago, some drunk local teenagers wrapped their car around a tree on the property and one died. Their family created a roadside memorial with a 4-foot cross and a wooden sign. People come a few times a year to place flowers, notes, etc. The memorial is on my property in the front of the tree they hit. About 10 feet from the road. I don't want to see this memorial every day. It's depressing and reminds me that a tragedy happened here.
Well, yeah, that's the point of a memorial.
Which I don't need. I'm trying to get over some stuff, and I want this home to be a fresh, clean start. But I'm also sensitive to the kids' family and friends and feelings. Family, friends, feelings. Wibta, if I ask the family to take down the memorial.
Wow. Let's go straight to what the comments say, because I'm really curious.
Okay. Plant a hedge around it because your house, so you don't have to look at it. Nata, it wouldn't mess with my head too. You'll feel terrible if you pull it down though. And then OP responds with, that's not a bad idea, thanks, and you're all right. You are right. Another person says, nah. Have a conversation with the family, maybe offer to take a little flower bed at the foot of the tree where these folks can leave flowers, but that isn't a glaring 4-foot cross that turns your private home into a public graveyard. I do think it's weird, especially as time goes on, to keep focusing on the spot the kid died, instead of celebrating the place that was significant to them while he was alive. And then another one is a parent here who lost a son in an accident. It was on a corner, one house away from our house. He was 7. It was a bicycle van accident. He rode his bike through a stop sign. We planted a rose bush on the corner of our property. No one but our family knew it was a memorial, but it was special to us. I get why they want a memorial where he died, but it's your property, your decision. However, I would give the family, parentheses, if you know who they are, time to take anything they want. Just remove anything left. Box it up and put it away back corner of your yard in case they come and ask for it. Anything else left, add it to the box a day or two after it's left. Your property, your choice. You don't mind a small memorial. Tell them that, but if you want nothing, then put up a no trespassing sign or fence if that's possible.
Yep.
What do you think?
All sound advice.
So is he the butthole?
I mean, for me, I'd say this one's a little bit complicated because it is, a death. And obviously the family and the friends, they want to memorialize. That's usually, That makes sense. Unfortunately, it did happen on private property.
Mm-hmm.
I would say I would go with allowing them to maybe put flowers.
Yeah.
And then maybe having like something to separate your property and that area.
Yep.
If not, then yeah, the fact of the matter is that it's your property, and if you don't want that there, then you have every right to take it down.
I think, yeah, because I can relate to this guy being like, oh, I'm ready to start the day, and you open the door and you're like,
Oh, a giant memorial.
Oh.
A death happened here.
like a very sad tragedy happened. Now I'm sad. And like I can get how that can really like mess up your day, and you have to do that like every day. And like then again, you can also say that the family and friends also have to live with it every day, and more so because they lost a loved one. And but it is your property. It is your property. You can decide that you don't want it there. But I wouldn't like take it down straight up without telling them, because I think that's kind of a butthole move.
Mm-hmm.
If you just like take it
Yeah,
down.
that is a butthole move. I would have a conversation with them.
You need to have a conversation with them first, and then they lash out on you, being like, "How dare you!" And then that's when you're like, you know what, it's gonna go down whether you like it or not, because it's my property. You could have a flower bed though, but if they don't like that idea, then you're like, okay, then you don't get anything. So yeah, that's probably what I should do. I don't think use the butthole for wanting that, because yeah, it's really sad, and I wouldn't want to be reminded like every day that about your own mortality, and that like death can happen at any point like that. I don't want to like that. That's a really sad thing to have to wake up to every day.
Mm-hmm.
So let's move on. Definitely not the butthole. What do you think?
I'll go with no. Yeah.
Okay. I, 43 male, accidentally insulted my partner, 43 female, and she has remained cold ever since, and she wears sweats all the time now. Okay. We have been a couple for 7 years. I only now realize we both view her very differently. So they've only been together for 7 years, and they're both in their 40s. Okay. From my perspective, she's never been interested in fashion at all. Always wears black jeans. She has dozens of black tops. She doesn't wear makeup. Doesn't get her nails done. Only does root touch-ups. And I love her and don't care about this at all. From her perspective, apparently, she dresses elegantly and minimalistic. She says she's always wearing quote unquote no makeup. Parentheses. I guess she means mascara, not sure. She says she pays the salon every month to color her hair or it would be gray. The reason this all came up is that we met with friends and one of the women is very fashionable, always done up. I mentioned in passing to my partner that I loved that she wore more vibrant colors. My partner said she personally isn't a fan of bright colors, and in the past, when she has tried to wear them, she doesn't like how it looks. I told her if I was a beautiful woman, I'd wear bright colors for attention, and that's probably why her friend does it. Anyway, this is the gist of the conversation. If my partner was getting upset, I wasn't picking up on that. I honestly don't even recall what I was saying that made her mad, but she ended up annoyed with something. I was truly confused, but we ended up in an argument. I told her that based on how she looks, I had no idea she cared about looks and fashion.
Oh, wow.
Based on how you look, I don't think you really care about how you look. You look like garbage.
Ooh.
She was getting really mad at me, parentheses, which tends to make me mad too. So I told her that if she cares that much, that's in all capitals, much, parentheses, to my surprise, she should present herself better.
Oof.
She insisted I tell her what I meant, so I told her that she dresses boring and it makes her look old and dumpy. I also told her I don't care at all, even though I totally do. But since
Did you just add that on?
I did.
Okay,
but,
well, you can't do that because then people are going to think that's what it actually says, Nathaniel.
But since she appears to, she should try to dress more fashionable. This was 3 weeks ago, and she's very angry with me. Now she's not quote unquote angry, but she's remained cold. And now she's taken to dressing in sweatpants / sweatshirts. She says she won't be dressing quote unquote nice around me anymore. Parentheses, but I never thought she dressed nice in the first place.
Yep. There it is. I was like, I'm waiting for that.
Obviously, I put my foot in my mouth, and I have apologized, but she doesn't care. She says she won't forget what I said. Yeah. I really just want her to drop this. Is this something that needs therapy or just time?
Dude. Wow. Oh boy.
Like that's kind of really. I don't like you straight up insulted your partner.
You straight up insulted her,
and you expected her to not be
and you
upset.
expected her to be okay with it after.
And you're like, I don't
understand why she's so angry about this. You literally insulted her entire wardrobe, my guy.
And now, yeah, I'm like, it's obviously that you want her to conform to the quote unquote male gaze.
The male gaze,
and
your gaze, whatever gaze.
And she was like, you need to wear more bright colors. And then she's like, I don't feel comfortable with those, and I don't think I look good in them. And then he's like, it doesn't matter what you think. It only matters what I think. And that's what it kind of comes off as. And like,
when you say words just to hurt someone.
Yeah. And then calling her like, you look
old and dumpy.
And dumpy.
Oh
you look like a uggo.
Right? That's literally just saying I've never thought anything you've ever been wearing is attractive. Which then equates to I've never thought that you were attractive.
Yeah. And then he says stuff like, I don't really care.
I don't really care. But clearly you do, because why else are you fighting about this?
Right. And like, he obviously does care, and like comparing her to like the fashion sense of her friend who dresses in more bright colors or more appealing to his eye holes. And she's all like, and he's all like, why can't you dress like that? And now your partner is retaliating by wearing sweats and sweatpants and saying, I'm not going to dress nice for you anymore. And then here he is being all like Jerry Seinfeld, thinking he's like Jerry Seinfeld over here, and be all like, I never thought she dressed nice. And then everybody laughs. Ha ha ha. So, yeah, he's definitely like a butthole. What do you think?
Yeah, butthole, for sure.
Let's see what the people of Reddit have to say. She put a lot of time and attention into looking nice. You told her that time and attention was wasted because she didn't look nice. You called her dumpy and old. Are you really so confused in why she would this would deeply hurt your partner? Yeah. You're an idiot. You compared your partner to someone who you insinuated is more attractive than her. You called your partner dumpy and boring. You have told her she has no sense of fashion.
Yep.
Minimalist is a fashion trend, a popular one too. This is a you problem, my dude.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't just put your foot in your mouth, you swallowed it, sneaker and all. And then another one says, yeah, therapy would be good because it'd help you understand why you felt the need to tear your partner down like that. Oh, and here's another one with OP responding. Is this thing that needs therapy or just time? Okay, and then he responds with, it depends. Are you usually this callous about her feelings, or was this a one-off? And when you asked her the above question, what did she say? Does she see this as salvageable, or is she quietly plotting her escape? And then OP responds with, she said she's not going to get over this, and she doesn't feel comfortable with someone who views her like, quote-unquote, that. Parentheses, I guess referencing the dumpy comment. I sent her some links showing her that what I meant, fashion blogs, showing easy ways to elevate style, but she just argued with me. Oh, gosh. Jeez Louise. What do you think about that, Clara?
Terrible.
She's like,
here are some examples of fashion. See what I mean? See what I mean about elevating your style? If you want a fashionable girlfriend, then I don't know.
It's kind of like
go somewhere else.
It's like if your partner is a little bit like on the heavier side and you send her like fitness tips.
Terrible. Don't do that.
It's like doing that.
Stop it. No. I just want to help her be the best that she can be. Did she ask for that? If she didn't, then stop it.
That's what this guy's kind of wanting to do. This is where it's coming from. And then he has got negative 700 downvotes. So yeah, definitely the butthole here. And he seems to be wanting to die on this hill. He wants to die on this hill, and he doesn't want to concede. So have fun breaking up. So last one. AITA for accusing my wife of stopping for food on her way home. Okay. A few hours ago, my wife informed me that she was going to have to stay late at work. She's been incredibly busy, so I told her that I would cook dinner and have it ready when she got home. I have a few signature recipes that I can make in a pinch from memory. I decided to make rosemary lemon chicken with the canned green beans and bow tie pasta. That does sound very delicious.
Mm-hmm.
The dinner was already long before my wife got home, which I think shows a lot of commitment. But when my wife finally got home, she was picking at her food. She was only picking at her food. She was trying to tell me about her day, but the lack of food being consumed off her plate was extremely distracting to me. There are several fast food restaurants on the way home from her office, and it was becoming very apparent that she had stopped at one. Finally, I couldn't take it anymore and asked, "Where did you stop?" My wife seemed confused, and I clarified, "Where did you eat dinner?"
Calm down.
I'm really.
I know you're being dramatic about this.
I'm really
but
embodying.
It's a little late, and my brain.
My wife seemed surprised and angered by my question, and she said that she, quote unquote, had a hard day, and that her stress levels were, quote unquote, suppressing her appetite. I couldn't help but laugh. I can't help but laugh.
I can't help but laugh as well.
This was a ridiculous excuse. It's Friday, which means she won't need to worry about work for 3 more days. When I leave the office, I don't think about my work every day. I don't think about my work day, even if it was a bad one. I walked out to her car to look for fast food bags, but I didn't end up finding any. This was so upsetting to my wife that when I came back inside, she was yelling at me. If anyone should have been insulted, it was me. I mean, I think means her. Wait, no. If anyone should have been insulted, it was me, quote, like himself.
Okay.
But she insisted that I was being a butthole. She refused to hear my point of view. I had worked hard on this meal, and to have her pick at it was a slap in the face. She has barely said anything to me for a few hours, and I want this treatment to stop. She needs to stop talking about her work troubles on me, taking her work troubles on me, and get better control of her emotions. I want my old wife, not a stressed out bully. I don't know what more I can do, AITA. So, AITA?
What do you think?
If I would hear this, I would be like, guy, is it really about the fast food? Is this really about the fast food? Or is this something else?
I think that there's something else going on here.
Because, like, I wouldn't be going all like, like, where did you stop? Like you're you're like.
Where have you eaten?
It's like in the same tone as like, what's his name? Like that kind of thing. Like, how long have you been keeping this from me? Like that's very like overly dramatic. Like you're in like you think you're like in some soap opera,
right?
And like where did you eat? Where did you eat at was it the McDonald's?
Where did you eat?
Did you have an affair with me with McDonald's?
With McDonald's
and the Burger King and Wendy's and like that kind of thing. Like that's.
I mean, did she?
and then going through her house looking for like
a receipt,
looking for like fast food bags.
Fast food bags.
Like he's looking for contraband.
Like, what gets me is that he was like, you couldn't possibly be stressed enough for you to not want to eat.
That's really kind of inconsiderate and insensitive thing to say.
It really is.
To your partner. And it's like, I like how in the title, he's all like, am I the butthole? Because she like stopped at a fast food restaurant even though I made this amazing meal, which does sound amazing. But like saying it like as if he knew that she stopped at a fast food restaurant on her way from work, even though it seems to me that he doesn't know, and she's saying that and he has no evidence of it, not even any in his little vehicle search that he did, like his little SWAT team vehicle search with a drug dog everywhere.
Yeah.
That with his K9 unit, you didn't find anything. Like, and him like writing off his partner's feelings, being all like, you can't possibly be stressed at work. That's impossible.
Impossible.
And like, why don't you eat your food?
You're too stressed to eat? Inconceivable!
And then like, instead of just like talking about it and like listening to him being like, I don't know, having a semblance of empathy for your thing, you're so hopped up on like your food being eaten. That's such like, it's so weird, and like that's such like an odd thing to get all flustered over. And like it kind of makes me like she's gonna think that like this guy's not like probably gonna be rethinking your relationship, and also being all like, I want my cool laid back partner back, not this workplace person who gets stressed at work and taking it out on me. I'm the victim here. Like, that's not cool. What do you think, Clara?
Yeah. Butthole.
And then he's like, she barely touched one of my most well-known dinners.
One of my most famous dishes.
You're my Michelin star, free a la carte.
Reviewed by Gordon Ramsay himself.
And Gordon Ramsay said it was awful.
It was terrible. 0 stars.
Yeah. And then, okay, AITA, you're contradicting yourself. And then he quoted, she said she had a bad day, had a hard day, and that her stress levels were suppressing her appetite. I couldn't help but laugh. That was a really mean response, by the way. This was a ridiculous excuse. It's Friday, which means, she didn't need to worry about work for 3 more days. That's, ugh. And then she says, so you don't believe she's stressed here, but then, and then he quotes, she needs to stop taking her work troubles on me and get better control of her emotions. And then responds with, now she's stressed and taking it out on you. Grow up. Maybe you're not as good as a cook as you think you are. That's possible. Maybe he's just a bad chef. Maybe he just doesn't want to eat your cooking. And then a response was, not a great cook. He managed to cook canned green beans and pasta at the same time. He should be searching his wife's car for reviewers for Michelin. Right, Clara?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't even hear what I said.
You said to review for Michelin.
Yeah, he should be searching his wife's car.
Yeah.
Canned green beans, AITA for that alone. And then, AITA, you laugh at her, telling you about her stress. You interrogate her and search her car, which is basically calling her a liar. Did you even apologize to her? Question mark. Dude, you're such the ta here. And by the way, job stress doesn't just magically evaporate on Friday afternoon. Yeah, he's being very inconsiderate and very he's having kind of delusions of grandeur about his own cooking and thinking like there's no way no one would ever.
Absolutely nobody would ever think that my stuff is bad.
Yeah, and then he's like, you're not eating it? How dare you? Tell me his name! Is it Ronald McDonald?
Who Whose food are you consuming, if not mine?
If not mine. Was it Popeyes?
Was it Colonel Sanders?
Was it KFC Colonel Sanders? Because if it is...
Oh, I
And then, like, rummaging his, like, cars. That's so over dramatic and over the top. And, like, and then being, like, writing off her feelings and being all, like, why can't you be more in control of your emotions like me? I'm, like, so in control of my emotions. How dare you not like my cooking? Like, that kind of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's definitely the butthole. For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, maybe, like, chill out. And maybe, like, listen more.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Who do you think is the biggest butthole?
I think definitely the guy who was like, you couldn't possibly live without me. Oh, no, I can't live without you.
I mean, yeah, I was going to say this guy, but the other guy was like, oh, this kid is really bothering me.
Getting in between me and living my life.
Yeah, and that's very butthole-ish.
Yeah.
And that's like, it's like, oh, like, why can't I just pawn this off to my ex-wife, pawn this kid off, and then he's like, oh, but I have to pay child support. Oh, I want to go clubbing, but I can't because I have this dumb kid. Like, that's kind of like what he's kind of going off of. So yeah, he's definitely the biggest butthole, that guy. I don't think the kid is dumb. I think he's very smart 1 year old.
Probably. I don't know.
And so yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all the buttholes and the not buttholes. The not buttholes were very complex ish. Well, a lot less straight cut. Not buttholes. Not buttholes. But yep. I don't think they're buttholes. At least not on the level of these guys, the buttholes.
Yep.
So yeah, I've been Nathaniel Avila.
And I have been Clara Avila.
And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.